Hello and welcome, Block A, to my compare quiz that will feature the Constitution of America and my home heritage country, Egypt. You may know that this constitution was formed under a party known as the Muslim Brotherhood. Now, this Muslim Brotherhood grew popular in these past few years through wealth and power, but its constitution, which is what I'm reviewing, was upheld July the 3rd through the coup d'etat performed by our very own General Sisi. Now, currently, Egypt's first democratically elected president is behind bars. Now, let's go into the American preamble. It states that for a government to succeed, justice must be established. There must be peace at home. There must be a common defense, an army. And the general welfare must be at a substantial level, and the blessings of liberty must be available. People are a source of all power. 2. Democratic system of governments. 3. Individual dignity. 4. Freedom is a right. 5. Equality. 6. The rule of power, judicial defense. 7. Upholding national unity. 8. Defending the nation. 9. Security. 10. Unity between Egypt and countries of the Nile River. 11. Egypt's pioneering intellectual and cultural leadership. Now, Egypt's parliament is divided into two houses: the People's Assembly, Majlis al-Shab, which is the lower house, and Shuri Council, which is the higher house. Now, the People's Assembly, according to the Constitution, consists of at least 350 members, elected by direct secret ballot. Now, candidates must be Egyptian and 25 years of age or older. The term is 5 years, and the amount of members is considered before elections according to the population of the state, which is the same as what happens in America. Now, the Shuri Council is the higher house. The Shuri Council, translated from Arabic, it means the consultative council. It shall, according to the Constitution, seat at least 150 members, elected by direct secret ballot. Currently, it seats 264 members because of the population. Now, candidates must be Egyptian and 35 years of age or older. The term is 6 years, which is exactly the same as in America, but the president is allowed to appoint a number of members which cannot exceed 1/10 of the elected members. Now, Congress, which is what the legislative branch in America is called, is also into two houses: the United States House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate. Now, the U.S. Senate has equal representation. There's 2 delegates for each and every state, while in the House of Representatives, representation is based upon the state's population, much like in Egypt. There's a huge difference is that Congress, both houses, will hold legislative power. The house in Egypt that holds legislative power is the People's Assembly, while the Shuri Council consults as the translation intends. The exclusive branch in Egypt consists of the President, the Vice President, the Prime Minister, and the Cabinet. The Cabinet consists of a list of ministers brought forth by the Prime Minister, who are approved by the People's Assembly. If the People's Assembly does not approve of the Prime Minister's selections, the President is obligated to pick another. A minister is in charge of the entire department he is appointed to. The president is authorized to remove ministers. The president is elected by popular vote. He is the head of state and chief of exclusive authority. He can draft laws, policies, and pick prime ministers. Candidates must be Egyptian citizens born to Egyptian parents and cannot be married to non-Egyptians. They must be 40 years old or older. Now, the vice president simply assists the president, no more. Differences between the American exclusive branch and the Egyptian exclusive branch include that the American exclusive branch does not have a prime minister, and that the cabinet does not include ministers but includes advisors to the president. In Egypt, the judicial branch is extremely independent and much more independent than the judicial branch ever was in America. But the judicial branch is much more powerful in America. The judicial authority shall be independent, vest in the courts of justice, which shall issue their judgment in accordance with the law. Its powers are defined by law. Article 168. Egypt. The judiciary and public prosecution. The judiciary settles disputes and crimes except for those decided by other judiciary bodies. The public prosecution is the ability to investigate, press, and follow all criminal cases, led by Prosecutor General, appointed by the President from a selection from the Supreme Judicial Council. The Supreme Constitutional Court exclusively undertakes the judicial control of the constitutionality of laws and regulations. The Egyptian local government isn't privileged to certain powers that the America's local government is, such as, but not limited to, levying taxes, provide for public safety, criminal justice, and regulating trade within states and districts. Limited government is a principle present in both the Egyptian and American governments. The governments are obligated to follow the highest law in the land, refer to checks and balances for more. The first principle in the preamble of the Egyptian mentions that popular sovereignty is extremely important and that the people are the source of all power. That is exactly what the American Constitution says, that the people are the source of all power and that they cannot be a source of immunity, but rather that they are subjected to our will. Republicanism is the method that allows people to participate in government indirectly by electing representatives to perform in government. Both Egypt and America exercise this principle. With checks and balances, Egypt and America are relatively the same. Major differences include that the president is allowed to dissolve a parliament with the consent of the people. Now this is where the Egyptian constitution is sloppy. Individual rights. As an American, your rights are listed in the Bill of Rights. As an Egyptian, your rights on freedoms are the freedom of protection, the freedom of religion, protection of rights, military trials, and women's rights. The next articles entirely contradict each other. Article 44. Insult or abuse of any religious messenger or prophet shall be prohibited. For Article 45. Freedom of thought and opinion shall be guaranteed. Every individual has the right to express an opinion and to disseminate it verbally.
And that's all, folks.